don't even consider.
Bring it out.
Because when this Bible opened, it's a white man book. You would say that politicians lying to us, pastors lying to us, the Bible is a fraud. Then what truth do you base your truth on? Where you get your information from? Every single book on every single book on this earth was written by someone. Agreed?
That's right.
Then if it's written by someone, then you have to go to one of these books to know who you are. So our people don't even want to read the so-called Caucasian book, white man book. But his book gives us a count of who we are. Did not slavery happen?
That's right.
And if slavery happened, it has been recorded in books. So you can't say the white man wrote this book or the white man wrote this book. Your history is still recorded in those same books. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Now I'm going to show you in the Bible, slavery has been recorded also. Watch it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So God was telling the Israelites when they just came out of Egypt, if you keep my commandments, I am going to set you on high above all nations upon the earth. God is telling us two things here. He is saying that, keep my commandments. Keep my commandments. And I'll put you above all people on the face of the earth. That's one. Two, he is telling us that we are not equal to everybody else.
Right.
God is saying, you are not equal to all nations on the earth. That's part one. So that's the good part. You keep the laws, you've been blessed. You've been riches. You have everlasting life. That's if you keep the commandments. Now here's the flip side now.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So, this is the flip side of the coin, of the contract. One part of the contract says, you keep my commandment, you be above all people, and you get riches. The opposite side of that contract now, curses will follow you.
That's right.
Give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Whose sons and daughters was given unto another people? God said this one of the curses. Your sons and daughters, your sons and daughters will. Read it one more time.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
God says your children will go into captivity unto another people. Your sons will be given if you don't keep these commandments. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
When your sons and daughters get captives by this other nation, you cannot get them back.
That's right.
There will be no might in your hands.
Bring it
Not
out.
physical might, financial might. You have no might to get back your sons and daughters.
Bring it out.
There's no might. So, our forefathers, children, which is we descend from them, was given onto the hands of the enemies. Give me verse 46.
Verse 46. And there shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these curses is going to be upon our people, the Israelites, for a sign. Like a sign that says KFC or Royal Castle. That is a sign. You are not going to KFC and ask for doubles. So these curses will be attached onto people to know that they are the children of Israel.
That's right.
There's no mistaken identity here. The curses is a sign.
That's right.
Read.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses will attach to your children, to your children, children, to your children, children forever.
That's right.
Until these things has come to pass. So our forefathers disobeyed the laws of God.
Right.
Read verse 68. Tell me if this does not fall onto our people. 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God is saying the children of Israel shall go into Egypt again, but this time with ships. With ships. Read on.
Thou shalt, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You have to ask yourself this question. If we are free, why are we still here?
That's right.
Why are we still on this land? If I stole something from you, what must I do? Not give it back to you?
Bring it
If
out.
I stole your land and say that, I'm sorry, we should not take you in slavery, what must I do? Not give back your land to you? Not send you back on ships and send you back to your land?
Right.
That's what it's supposed to do. But our enemy will have you believe that, you know what? You're free now. Let me give you the good news now. You ain't free.
That's right.
That's the truth. You're not free. We, as a people, we are not free. We have the illusion of being free. It's like you have a yard and you have your dog in your kennel. You take the chain off your dog, let him run around the yard. Is he free? No, he's not free. He is free to go as far as you allow him to go. That's our people today.
That's right.
We can only go as far as how they allow us to go. Everything that you do, you have been taught by your enemies.
Right.
Everything. The way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you write, the way that you speak. You speak the language that they gave you. You wear the clothes that they gave you. You drive the cars that they gave you.
Bring it out.
Watch this. Give me verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God is saying, because you have not kept my commandments, you're going to serve your enemies. How? Watch it.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Stop. We are going to serve our enemies in hunger. If you want something to eat, you have to serve your enemies. How? Do we produce food for our people? Let's look at black people on the whole.
Bring it out.
Do we produce food for black people? Do we have lands that produce agricultural foods for black people? What about groceries like flour, milk, sugar, and butter? Do we produce that for our people?
Bring it out.
How many cheapest butter is like what? Country House? Country House?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's a cheap butter. Do we produce that? Salt butter. Do we produce that? We have to serve our enemies in anything we want to eat.
That's right.
Watch it.
And in this,
If you want beers to drink, who do you go to? Sapga, right? Who do you go to? You want wine to drink. You want water to drink. Let's look at water. Blue waters. Now you say blue waters. That's a good example. Let's go to water. Do you not pay your water rates? No water. But yet still, with all the protests, does that change? That's to show you we are still in captivity.
Bring it out.
Things we desire to drink, we have to serve one another. It's our brothers and sisters that work wassa and still get water in the tap. How is that possible? You fixing lines every day and you still can't get water in your own taps. Water rate, you pay your water rate and you still can't get water. One government say, water for all. Water for all. Who are you speaking to when you say water for all? You are not speaking to us here. You are speaking to a certain class of people.
That's right.
I wait to understand this. Read again. Continue reading.
and in nakedness.
And in nakedness, you have to serve your enemies. The clothing that you wear. Jimmy Abu, the textile king. If we, as black people, understand we came from Africa, why do we have a Syrian bringing clothes for us from Africa?
Bring it out.
Why is that? You mean to tell me we can come together and bring one container of cloth from Africa? Seriously? That is to show you we are living under God's curses. Emancipation Day, everybody flocks to Jimmy Abu to buy the best textiles. Why? Is he an African? Is he a so-called African? Yet still, he has all the textiles to clothe you.
That's right.
Because God is saying you have to go to them to get clothing. Things like a zip and a button, thread, you have to go to them to cover yourself. A simple thing as toilet paper, you cannot provide. We cannot provide for ourselves.
That's right.
Simple thing as toilet paper. What just?
And in want of all things,
Anything you desire, you have to go to your enemies. Do you really think the PNM is helping us? Do you really think the UNC is helping us? Do you really think ILP is going to help us? No political party is going to help our people. Only God.
That's right.
That's the only power is going to help us. But for God to hear our prayer, we must return to Him.
Bring it out.
Read on. And he is the enemy. Watch what he does. Watch what he did, this enemy.
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That enemy put a yoke of iron upon your neck. I encourage any one of you all. You just type in Google yoke of iron and see what comes up. See if you see a Chinese man comes up.
Upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So the irons, this yoke of iron has been released from our necks. You know why? Because we are totally destroyed now.
That's right.
Remember the movie called Roots? When the yoke of iron was upon Roots' neck, what was Kunta Kinte trying to do? Kunta Kinte was trying to escape. He was trying to get back to where he's from.
That's right.
But he has been beaten so much and broken. Then he had to fall in line. That's when they removed that yoke of iron.
That's right.
When he become a servant unto his enemies. They realize the chop of his 2 feet, he no longer can run. So you know what? Remove the yoke of iron. He understands now there is no turning back. I can't do anything anymore. That is what happened to our people.
That's right.
Our people have fallen asleep. Every year for emancipation, what comes out of it? Are you mean to tell me we celebrate emancipation every year and we can't have one African school? One?
Get out.
We can't. Brother said Ja. He said Ja. We can have one African language being taught in school. We can't even get to understand which tribe in Africa we came from.
Bring it out.
Every year, as far as I know I'm alive, there has been Emancipation Day. And all it shows me is dress up in dashiki and walk through the streets.
That's right.
That's all. What are you marching for? Why? Dress up how? Dress up how? I don't dress up in dashiki. Yes. Because you were taught to do that. That's why you do that. But it's time for you to open up your mind and know who you are. So you stop dress up in dashiki to represent something that you are not.
That's right.
I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying wearing dashiki is wrong, but the representation of it is wrong. What are you representing when you wear dashiki? What are you wearing? When you wear it, what are you representing? Ja? What you, exactly. Have you asked the question, why are you wearing this?
Bring it out.
Have you asked Kafo Kombon, what are you doing for our people?
Right.
Have you gotten an opportunity? Has anybody wrote to him? Kafon, Mr. Kafon, what are you doing to help the status of black people in this country?
Bring it out.
Every year, money goes into Emancipation Committee. Where does it go? It goes to the Emancipation Committee. It should be distributed to the poor amongst our people. It's not fair.
Bring it out.
I don't see that happening. So our people are destroyed. Read it one more time. 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Anything you desire, you have to go to your enemies. Anything you desire. Education. That's the white man education. You want a Bible? You got to go to the white man. You want a pair of sneakers? You got to go to the white man. Because our people don't manufacture anything.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.